But it has become against the practice of the society for anybody to
Speak that out.
about the circumcision. So it's not just fear, but it's become a culturally accepted secret that no one is supposed to talk about
Talk it out.
circumcision.
Right. And
What happens if you do talk about it?
If you talk about the circumcision,
they tell you, if you leave from here and go out there and tell your friend or your mother, because I know your mother's gonna know anyway. So if you tell your friend or your husband or whoever
Or younger.
or
younger
younger ones, you're gonna definitely die.
you're gonna die, or you're gonna be made crazy.
Crazy, yeah.
Charm. They have this charm,
Charm
like
that they put
of
on
voodoo.
you.
Voodoo will come upon you, and you will die.
Because they make you guys eat, like take like a oath, like a oath, where they prepare some cultural, I don't know, spirit, some kind of charm, something that they just prepare, and every girl in there will have a bite of it. So this is the charm, and you're eating it, you're taking it. If you go out there and say something, this is what's gonna happen to you. From what I've heard, and my cousin of mine who went there and died in the process, is I mean that's one of the reasons why people trying to discourage it, because the instruments and all those materials that they use for the circumcision is not sterile, and some girls die in the process because if they're using like a knife, a little blade, call it blade or something that they're using, they're gonna use that on every girl. Maybe 50 or 100 girls in there, they're gonna use that on everybody. And then if you are maybe like 5 hours or maybe 24 hours away from the city where the hospital is, and when you are in that process and something happens and you are bleeding severely, you die in the process, because there's no way they're going to get you out of that forest and take you to the hospital. And even before they take you to the hospital, you're already dead.
And you can either stay with families that will have there, but I would say to be more safe, I think staying in a hotel would be great. And also, when you get to Liberia, just go to the embassy, the American embassy, and tell them that you are an American citizen and you are in Liberia and you'll be here for a couple of months or 1 month, and tell them that you will be stopping here. Give them your address, and if anything happens or if you are in any threat, you can call the American embassy. They will send someone to come and get you.
Yeah.
And
And my husband is also there, and he worked for a company, a rubber company. He's the chief accountant there too. So even before we go, I can call him. He can make some arrangement, to get in touch with some of the, big bosses around, to get in touch with them to make some arrangement for us too.
And the thing is, right now Liberia has so much international influence. There are a lot of foreign investors. There are a lot of UN troops in Liberia providing security, to right now for the Liberian government. So, I mean, there might be some crimes there, but security is under control by the
Right.
UN in Liberia.
Okay, perfect. Okay, guys. So tell me, if we get funds to go over to Liberia, who do we know over there? Who are we gonna talk to?
Right now, I have my auntie who runs one of the schools there, and also there's a friend of mine who knows another family that runs another school, and also we'll have to get permission from the chief that runs all major um,
Tribal
um,
affairs.
tribal affairs in Liberia. So we need permission from him, and a friend of mine has given me assurance that we will get permission from the chief, and giving us the opportunity to visit these different schools and expose and film these practices.
So when you tell the chief our plan to come in and document the Sunday Society, what are you gonna tell him?
I'm gonna tell him that we're trying to do this for educational purpose. There are a lot of people, in many places who don't know about the Sunday Society. and people are interested. They want to know, and that's exactly what we'll tell him.
What are you worried that he would be worried about the secret getting out,
Um,
stuff like that?
I don't think he will be worried. Gradually, the culture, the society is changing, and people, a lot of people in the country want changes, but culturally, people, you know, want this thing to continue, but it will take um, some people who are willing to take bold steps to make this change come to pass.
And then to what he just said, his wife Hawa, she has one of her family sister who been there, and
Who's
she,
been through it?
yeah, who been through it, who been to the school, and even now, if not that her husband is a pastor now, she she will probably have, now she's having some problem in her marriage, but thank God that her husband is a pastor and he understands. All he does now is pray for her. She just called the girl, Howard just called the girl back home, and she said she's all willing to, to say whatever happens there, and if we want any information, she's willing to give us that information. And then just recently, as we're trying to educate people on this Sunday school, people are still like in the rural area, the far away from the city. They still practice that. And she just said that just last month they had like 100 girls going to the school just last month, because I just spoke with her, and she said she called her sister back home, and she told her that just recently last month they had like 100 girls going in there. I mean, we're not trying to, downplay the culture, because, in some areas is good, because, you learn a lot, and we're just trying to educate people on some of the negative aspect that should be, they should get rid of, if just only they want to continue on that school.
And also, looking at Liberia, and history of the country, we are a democratic country, that should believe in human rights, and people should have choices,
Right.
and government is not really doing anything to stop this kind of practice, and it's still continuing. I mean, like even with the our elected female president, I mean she should understand this more, and so we want this to be a message, not only sent to individuals but sent to governments, and so that people will have their human rights respected in Liberia.